Jeanette. I think I said it right. Janet. I don't know why I want to say I'll get it right. We'll get it together, right? Anyway, I'm sorry I'm late. The I get, unfortunately, it's part of my wonderful fibromyalgia. I get these pain chills. I don't like them. They can go in the garbage where they belong. And I got them about 5 o'clock tonight, and they started up, and I'm like, everything has to stop. If I have any goals in mind to happen, everything has to stop when they start. And I mean, I've got to stop what I'm doing. And that's exactly what had to happen. I literally had to stop everything because I was going to do some more edits on videos, and I had to stop everything that I was doing, lie under about 4 or 5 blankets, which I really don't need. I'm not freezing now. Actually, it's hot outside. Hide the bud files. And I literally have to stop moving. Everything has to stop. I put a heating pad on my neck, and I just laid there. And I thought, I'm just going to lay here. If I fall asleep, I fall asleep. And I crashed for 2 hours. I woke up like, oh, it's 6:50. Hi, Jeffrey W. It's 6:50. And I'm like, what day is it? Where am I? Kind of thing. You know, you wake up every once in a while, you go, yeah, I think I know what day it is. And so I'm like, okay, well, I literally had to take a little bit of time to wake up, and then I could not get my body moving. So I knew we were going to start this at 7:30. I think I have it hooked in right, and I think I have the correct light. We'll see what happens because I have it hooked into an actual cord. So maybe when we start going dark, we won't be going hoping. So we'll see. But I thought we'd do that too. I'll bring the cord out there. We'll try it. But I can't tell because it's still bright out. We'll see what happens. But anyway, there was no moving my body. There was nothing. I was just like, where have you ever had that where you woke up going, what day is it? I mean, I literally just crashed. I guess my body needed it because it was exactly where I needed to be. I mean, I was not going to move. I was not going to do anything. And I thought, and I can tell when I'm getting them, I literally was sitting there trying to hold a drink, and the whole drink is just shaking, and I'm, oh gosh. So everything went right out the window. Anything I was going to do, right out the window, and I thought I got to stop moving or it won't. Not going to be good for anybody because they get painful after a while. I can't do anything. They get really painful. So I literally have to stop moving and just say, okay, body, you must need me to stop for some reason. And usually, now I will say I got a heating pad for my neck, and I have to do a review on it. It's wonderful for us crocheters that tend to crochet. And what happens when you crochet is your neck is down, so your neck gets really sore. And so I can put this heating pad on my neck, and it's heat, and it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It really soothes the neck. And so I should do a review on that because we have that. I can get an Amazon link for y'all to go to. And another thing I'm going to do a review for. If you have any kind of internet service, we have it. And check with your company and see if you have to have the router through them. Because I want to tell you something. We were on the phone. I couldn't believe, we can't just have basic internet because Josh has a TV that he streams on in the living room. We have one. Then we have one in the bedroom, in our bedroom. Then we have one in my mom's bedroom. Then we have 3 Chromebooks. They're not all hooked up at once, but every once in a while, somebody's on a Chromebook. Then we have 3 phones that are hooked up to it. And then we have the main computer that is directly into it that we do all our lives from when we're in there. And so by the time you're done, we can't just have simple things. And then, of course, when we're streaming any kind of stuff through YouTube, it can't be just basic stuff. And so we have to have not top, but we have to have pretty good internet. And it's like $80 for internet. It's ridiculous. And unfortunately, it's the only one we can have in the community we have, a Spectrum. And so I was on the phone with them recently. I said, yeah, the bill went from like $78, then it went to $88, then it went to $98. And I'm like, is there a way to reduce this? And she said to me, she said, go to Amazon and I'll put it below in the video, in the description below, but I'm also going to do a review on it. She said, go on Amazon or Walmart or whatever and look for a router through them. And then if you return our router to us, it saves you $10 a month. Well, you know what? Dang on it. I wish we had done that a heck of a lot sooner. Josh put it in today. Apparently it's a 5G router. And we got it for $40 on Amazon. And it's got a security wall and all that kind of stuff. And it's got that, and it came with I got a 3 or 4 year warranty with it. And man, does that thing work better than the one that we were paying $10 a month through Amazon? And Josh is like, well, that's not a 5G. This one is. And I'm like, I wish we had done that a heck of a lot sooner. So check with your internet company and see if you have to have the router through them. And if not, go on Amazon and order yourself a router. And again, I'll put it in the description. I'm going to do a review on it with the Amazon link that Mama has because she's an Amazon, influencer associate. And I'm going to go ahead and do a review on that because I was like, that's wonderful. I wonder how many people know that. And I'm telling you, I said the minute Josh connected it, I said, boy, my internet's working faster. Beautiful clarity. This is even as clear as could be. And I said, I said, goodness gracious. So you should check it out to see if maybe if you don't have to have the router through Amazon or through your internet provider, get it through Amazon. Because I figured out, even if it was out of pocket for $40, we're going to be here. We signed another 15-month lease. So even for the first 4 months, we'll still be paying the $10. But at the end of it, for the next 11 months, that's $110 savings. I said it'll be cheaper for us to actually own the router. And then if we stay another 15 months after that, that's another $150 savings. I said it will save us in the long run. So I went ahead and I said, forget it. I can find $10 to put someplace other than give it to the Spectrum company. I can tell you that. And it's a better quality. I could not believe it. So anyway, check with your internet provider and find out if any of the equipment you have, whether you can get it through Amazon and own it yourself. Because the router is going back to Spectrum. And we will save $10 a month. Unfortunately, this month we didn't get it, but I didn't get it in time, but next month we will save $10 extra. And it's a better router. And it's ours. So anyway. Josh said check to see too. I guess the modem. I think the modem has to come from them, I think. But anyway, I thought I own the router. I can tell you that right now. So anyway, I'm very close to ending this blanket, y'all. This massive blanket that I have done. It's getting a little wieldy, I'll tell you. That's for sure. It's a little unhinged. It's getting a little big for its britches. But I'm looking forward to getting it finished for the person, for myself. They're going to be able to wrap. I said to Josh last night, because I was trying to fold it up, and I said, Oh boy, if they don't feel the love from this blanket that they can literally wrap themselves up in and feel the love, I don't know what to tell you. Now I have to find, oh boy. And I debated whether I was going to bring this blanket out here, and I thought, well, I want to finish it, so let's bring it. This. Most of the blankets, by the time I get to the stages where I'm almost done with them, they get a little hefty. Oh, ouch. I wasn't supposed to hit my elbow. They get a little... Hi, Sandy. But doing homework. What you doing homework for? This is my homework. This is my homework. This is my homework. And guys, if you have any upcoming lives, go to the Facebook group, go under our Blessings Through Connection, which is our other channel. Go to the link tree underneath there, and you'll find the Facebook group, and you can put those lives in there. And then if I catch them, I'll put them underneath the community tab under Blessings Through Connection. I started doing that today a little bit. If I saw a live, I'm like, I did that with Echo's channel, Calypso for Happiness. I did that for her. If I see something like Bud Files or Tuber Chats scheduled for about 10 minutes prior, I'm able to do that for Blessings Through Connection or Blessed to Crochet. I did start scheduling. I'm going to schedule more our trips to church. So those will start getting scheduled. Because if I schedule them on the phone, at least you'll know. And usually 9:05. And like I said, if they get canceled, you'll know I'm not having a good day. But, and then I'm not going to church. But, I was just like, I could not. I just hate it when I get those chills and everything has to stop. All my plans have to go right out the window. And I just started with those. I was like, okay, pain's taking over. I got to stop. And hi, Moonwolf. How are you? How you doing? We're just out here with this blanket that's getting a little unwieldy, but it's fine. It's almost done. It's very close to being done. And I'm looking forward to it getting done because I want to see it get in the hands of the person it was intended for. And then whatever yarn I have, I will send over to Jeanette. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Hi, Trace. How are you? Welcome on in. We're just sitting here. We open up the lighthouse over here on Blessed to Crochet. You don't need to have a crochet hook in hand. You just need to, you can have drawing in your hand. You can have homework in your hand. You can have a cup of coffee. You could just sit, be relaxing and just chit chat and connecting within the chat. That's what we're trying to do. And that's what it's all about here. And again, keep in mind, I'm finishing up the interview with Christina under Blessings Through Connection. I'm going to finish it through tomorrow. And I interviewed myself underneath there. And I'm interviewing Mama. And then I'll post them underneath there. But if anybody else is interested in to do just about a half an hour interview of getting to know you, and then we will attach it to a playlist that we'll create for you. You just tell us which kind of stuff you want in there. And it needs to be about 5 hours worth of content. And then that way we can start sharing your playlist out too. Along with that video, we get a little bit of help with watch hours from the video, but then you get watch hours too if somebody runs your entire playlist. So if you're interested in participating in that, you can reach out to us at blessedtocrochet@yahoo.com or blessingsthroughconnection@gmail.com. and we will set it up. We do it through StreamYard because it's just easier than trying to finagle Streamlabs. And we will take some time. They're not going to be long. I don't want them to be long. Hi, Echo. How you doing, hon? Thank you for your comment on what we're doing through Blessings Through Connection. It really meant a lot. You know, I was thinking today, and I'm going to make one of the videos that we put in with the clips when we do, when we're running Blessings Through Connection, is I want people to think of something. When you just go to a channel and hit the subscribe button, you are just like before the video video doorknob bringer things were there, and you were actually going to someone's house and you knocked on the door and you let somebody know, hey, I'm here, to see if they're home. If they weren't home and you didn't leave a note, you didn't tell them you stopped by, nobody knew you stopped by. So if you go over to a channel and hit the subscribe button, whether you have content or not, and not leave your virtual footprint that you were there, leave that little note that you were there, then nobody knows that you've come along. And they can't come visit your channel. And it may not mean that the other person may not come back and subscribe back. But, and by the way, we want to be very careful over at Blessings to Connection, Connection, that doesn't happen, because that's something YouTube doesn't like. We want to hit that subscribe button, and I want y'all to change your mind to necessarily, that's not a subscribe button anymore. That's a connection button. I'm connecting. I'm going into a 3-minute video or more, or shorts, or a combination of that. And I'm going to leave my virtual footprint, my virtual little note that I've arrived there and that I've come and visited. And you hit that connection button. Don't think of it so much as a subscribe button. Think of it as the connection button. And you know what? The person may come over and visit your channel. Hi, Indigo. The person may come over and visit your channel, or they may not come over and visit it and subscribe back. But you know what? Other people may go through those, videos or shorts. I've done it, and find other channels. I'm making a blanket. I'm finishing a blanket for somebody. Somebody may find those channels and actually go, oh, I want to check that person out and go. And I've done that too. I've gone over and, found a channel. Oh, I'm going to check that channel out. I'm going to check that channel out. So you may have other people that may choose to go ahead and check those channels out because you've left your virtual footprint there. And I was going to say something else that went right out the window, and I got to think about it for a minute too now. And you're really, honestly, when you do that, when you just go over there and hit the connection button, not the subscribe button, but the connection button, don't leave your virtual footprint and your virtual note says, I've been here, then you're really hurting yourself and you're hurting them. You're not helping them. So just think of that a little bit. Something else, different way of looking at it and making that perspective change in your head about how to look at, that kind of thing. Something to think about. I thought it was a good analogy of it. To think about, let's think of that more as a connection button versus, an actual subscribe button. Something to think about. Something to think about. There was something else I was going to say, and I can't remember what it is. And I will think about it in a minute. And it was a good point, too. Don't you hate that? You think, oh, there was something else I was going to say, and I can't remember what it is. So just another way to think about it. Think about it more of leaving that little note, making those connections stick. Doing more of a connection button versus an actual subscribe button. Naturally subscribe button. Yep. Hi, Dee. Hi, D. Z's. How are you? Welcome on in. Yeah, I just think that if we think of it more as a connection button versus a subscribe button, it changes things. Because just like before, before we had ring doorbells and you could see a person coming in video, you knocked on their door and you didn't tell them that you were there, then you know what? They didn't know. And if you do exactly the same thing and you hit the subscribe button, now if they don't have any content, you can't do anything else. But, you know, if you don't let them know you were there, and interact a little bit and then go back when you can and support them. It's more than just hitting that button, leaving a couple notes and just doing it. Also, I wanted to connect with people who wanted to connect with me. To supporters has to start with supporting others first. Echo, absolutely. It's not about the count, it's about the supporters at 110%. And that's what we're trying to do really good over at Blessings Through Connection. And I really want to thank you for your compliment about that. I hope that what we're doing, I've shared the upcoming, hi Rudy, I've shared the upcoming lives I've seen Echo do, and we're doing them about 10 minutes prior to the live starting. So even once the live has started, you guys can go over to that tab and see things that have happened. You can also see lives that have happened and go and say, okay, well, let me check this channel out or that channel out. And if I see it, I do it. And then not only that, I'm going in, giving them a thumbs up, putting a note that we've shared it on our community tab. And we're trying to do it wherever we can. I agree completely. I can't stay tonight. Nice to see you. Well, thank you for stopping in and giving the thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. She was one of our shout outs. So I think that people have to realize if they're going to do a second channel like that, and I think if you can, go ahead. And by the way, just like I said this morning, our YouTube tubes are died. We're not doing any more channels than what we have. I think you have to do more than just, because I thank Sandy Wendy for finding out. Oh, well, thank you so much, Tracy. I thank you very much for that. You can't just, Sandy Wendy turned me on to Pixel Bay, and that's where I found the background for Blessings Through Connection in the video. I would highly recommend that you take that video and sound, put it as a private underneath your account just to make sure that it's not going to run into a problem, with YouTube. We'll probably do a test under here too as well. So some of them later on, as I became monetized, came back and said this is a problem, but we check them now first and make sure there's no issues and let it just sit as private before we run it. But, if you're just going to do that and run it as music and that and have nothing else happening in the stream, like little video pop-ups, and we're going to take some of those interviews and cut them up into little shorts to put in throughout the videos, throughout the live stream at Blessings Through Connection. If you don't do that, then I don't think it's as interactive. And then not that, if you just say, okay, I'm going to come on a couple times a week, throw up a background like that. Hi, Sue. You're welcome. I'm hanging in there. The gifted membership, we do, the YouTube gives you 10 as a non-branded channel, which we're trying to hold off. But even once we become branded, we will go ahead and still do 10 memberships a month on us. But they allow 10 memberships to non-branded, non-branded channels. They allow you to, as long as you're monetized, to give 10 free memberships a month away. But I think that if you just go ahead and you just kind of go, okay, well, I can run that 2 or 3 times a week. You have to stand out a little bit more. You have to do something different. Like on Blessings Through Connection, we see a live, we're sharing it. Hi, Mama. She's over there walking. we're doing that. We're doing the daily shout outs. We're doing the weekly recaps. We're doing more than just coming on. We're willing to do the get to know you interviews and give you an opportunity to put some things in a playlist and put it on the channel. So I think you have to do more than just do a looping background and, that's it. And I think, YouTube is going to come out with new rules of the 15th. Just pay attention. And they're going to say those kind of streams are not going to pass the test for very long anymore. I'm realizing how important it is to go back after the live and leave a comment, or other people can click on your channel. Absolutely. Yep, and those are all things that you should be doing. It's more important than I think people realize, because YouTube, once they see a channel and they have people that are interacting, they're going to push it in, they're going to push it out further. Like this morning, we did our live, and once people started coming in and the chat started interacting, YouTube, I could tell, was pushing it, and more people saw it and came in. And we were only going to stay on an hour, and we stayed almost on about 2 hours by the time we were done. So it does make a difference to have that interaction. I just do this because it gives me the opportunity to come outside. I love y'all, but I'm not coming out in 20-degree weather. I'll just tell you that right now. It's not happening. Comments also boost you in the algorithm if that is what you want. Absolutely. So do likes. So do those thumbs up. So when you see somebody's live, that they've scheduled, go ahead and give them that thumbs up, leave a comment. All of those things really make a difference. And I've realized lately, I think part of our little not problem, but I think one of the things is people don't know when we're coming on. And that's just, oh, well, I'm so glad you found us. I'm so glad you found us, Jeanette. I'm just thrilled. But I think, too, people don't know when we're coming on. So I really tried to kind of, like tonight, I thought, well, I'll post this. It could be raining at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. And I thought, oh, well, rains, we'll just do it in the bedroom. So I realized I've got to do more of letting people know. Hi, Nia. Hopefully I said it right. I've got to do more of pre-planning these so you guys know when we're coming on. I think that's part of it. And so we're going to schedule, usually I can guarantee you, even if you don't see it, we're in the car by 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and you're going to see a live. But we're doing more of preemptive, and we're doing that too on Blessings Through Connection, making sure that if we have a live scheduled for, I've got to do further lives, but if we have a live scheduled that's happening for Blessings Through Connection and we run that live, there's another one right after it. And I did change the live yesterday. From yesterday, it was going to be at 12 o'clock or 7:30, and I changed it till 12 because I want to finish up the interview I have with Christina, and I was supposed to do it tonight. I've not been in shape to do it tonight, but I will do it tomorrow. Like I said, just check. I'll do a review on the router we got, but if you guys got Spectrum or any other thing, find out if you have to have the router through them, because I could not believe, I said to Josh this morning, I said, man, the router is so much better than the one that we actually are renting from Spectrum to $10 a month. So it's going back to them tomorrow, and they're going to take $10 off our bill. So check with your cable company and see if you have to have the router through them, or whether you can have it through, like, you can get one of your own through Amazon. And I will do a review on it, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a better router than one we had. I said to Josh, our internet's working better. He said, yeah, because it's a 5G router versus the one through it. So anyway, but I will do a review, and feel free to make comments and ask questions in the chat. Yep. So, and here's another thing. And I will see, right now we're doing the lives over on Blessings Through Connection 10 minutes prior to when they're going to start. But if we need to make them 20 minutes so you guys have a little bit more time to see them, then we'll change that. Right now it's 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, I'm untangling the yarn, guys. 10 minutes prior to the live starting for the channel, we're putting a notice for scheduling that live over at Blessings Connection. But if you guys feel like, you know what, we'd prefer it be 20 minutes out or 15 minutes out, then we'll start changing it. That number can change. I don't want to do it a day ahead. I don't want to do it half an hour ahead. But hi, DMV, how are you? But pray for me, Mary. I have a two masses in my right. Oh, I will be praying for you for sure. Can we put some ones in the chat for DMV, please? I will be praying for you, hun. And those that may be familiar with Ann Dale's homestead, be praying for her because they found her husband has prostate cancer. So please be lifting up her in your prayers too as well. And he's going through treatment. So she has a live scheduled for next week, I think it is. So I did schedule that live because she's going to be giving us an update on all that. So anyway, if you feel like we need to move that, the time over at Blessings Through Connection to make it like 20 minutes or a half an hour before their live starts, let us know. And that's something we can change as it grows. Yep. I am so sorry to hear that, but we'll be praying, you know. We'll be praying for sure. Josh and I may try to go to the pool tomorrow. Oh, gosh. Mom and I have to get ours scheduled. Both of us need one, so we figured we'd go at the same time. Our family does not have a history of that, so that's a good thing. But we still need to go, and Mom and I are like, well, go at the same time. Please let us know. Make sure you update it. You have my email here, so let us know that what's going on so we can keep you in our prayers and I'll put you on the prayer chain at church. So keep us updated, please. I know, honey. Hi, Lena. How are you? Welcome from Australia. I have several people in Australia, and I love my Australia friends. I have one girl, a friend of mine, that she's like a sister to me. I've never met her, but maybe one of these days I'll have the opportunity to. All right. I am working on a blanket, and I'm afraid to show it. It is... I do a lot of what is considered bobble stitch blankets. They're my favorite. I'll show you when I get done with these two bobble stitches. Hi, Tanya. How are you? And what we do when we do these rockin' and chattins is, as long as the summer months are nice and it's not raining, we bring the rocking chair out. I just don't want to make anybody nauseous. We bring the rocking chair out. We turn on what we call the lighthouse because we can have people have connection. And we just come out. We just chit chat and let people. It's a 5mm needle, and we just turn the lighthouse on, and then people can chit chat and connect. And I get to work on a project. And I get to come outside. And in the winter, we'll do it in the bedroom. Because I love y'all, but I'm not going to be out here in snow weather and 50-degree or 20-degree weather. It's not happening. Sorry. I'll bundle up at 30, 60 degrees or 50 or 40, but no, 20-degree weather is not happening. So they are hearts, as you can see, that are 5 hearts, 4 hearts on either side. And then in the middle, you can start to see that. Let's see if I can do it. This is the H. It says the word Christina down the thing. So it's the H, and then this is the C. Michigan. Awesome. And that's the other side of it. So you can see the hearts. But it's getting to the end. I'm on the last letter here, and the blanket's gotten a little bit big, to say the least. And this blanket is for a friend of mine that lost her daughter to someone taking her too soon. Horrific thing that happened to her, and then she lost her daughter because she was taken from somebody's own hands. Somebody caused that. So, hi, Poetic. How are you? Working on 3 different blankets right now. You're like me. I do the same exact thing. I have the other blanket I'm working on, and I want to finish that one before I start. I want to finish this one. I have to finish a border on another one. And then I have to finish the other one. And then, because see, I get these patterns off of ST. It's Gleefully Crocheting. And so she does these, the kind that you do, and it makes me feel like I'm doing a cross stitch pattern. And then once I get these done, then I'm going to start trying to work on our own patterns. I've got several ones I want to try to do without, now that I kind of got the concept how to do it. And then what I want to do is take this heart, you see that heart, and actually put one of those hearts on a pillow so that she can just hug the pillow when she wants to when she feels like she needs to give a hug. She can hug the pillow. And so I can make one of the hearts into a pillow, just like a 16-inch pillow that I can get an insert for. And then I've got several of this yarn left over because I got it from Ice. Hold on a second. So it's this. So I have several. I did a review on this way back. This is, thank you very much. This is, I have several of this. I've got leftover. So whatever's left over, I want to keep these two, some of it, these 2 colors here, because purple's the favorite. And then this is my daughter's favorite. And I want to just make something for myself out of that. And then after that, I will send some of it to, who is it? Jeanette. She is doing hats for those veterans. She does hats for veterans. She has cancer, of course. She said that earlier in the chat. And she is trying to do 4,000 hats by the end of the year. So whatever yarn is left over from this, that I will keep what I'm going to keep, and then I'm going to send it off to her, and she can do a couple hats in memory of Christina. And of course, I have my Christina, which is my daughter. So there's a very special tie between my friend and myself, because her daughter was named Christina, my daughter's named Christina, and actually I'm going to have my daughter, once this is washed and everything, put this blanket on her back with Christina's name, going down and take a picture. And I'm going to do the same thing and just give it a hug. That way we'll put it in the box and send it off to my friend. Then she'll know that there's coming with hugs and love for her and her family. But if she can't get wrapped up in this blanket, I don't know what to tell you. Literally I wanted this blanket to just kind of engulf her. And it certainly will. I don't think I could have moved down to a 4.5, but it's this yarn in the middle is kind of a white yarn with, you can see it, it's got like the sparkle on it, because I thought it would, kind of mean like heavenly. And I don't think it would have worked with a 4.5, but it would have been very difficult. But it's getting at that stage where it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready for to wrap it up, and I'm not too far from actually getting it done. One stitch blanket, yeah, single stitch or half double crochet. A granny square blanket, yes. Another one, if you can figure it out, that's really good is a corner to corner. That's really simple if you can get the first little bit going. But I tend to, and I don't know what it is, these blankets I don't get off with, but in the sense of the blankets don't start going like this. I tend to do that. But usually if I try to do a single crochet, inevitably, and I don't know what it is, even though I've been crocheting since 2013, it'll go like this. And these blankets do not do that. I can be pretty cool with these blankets not taking a sidewards turn. That's for sure. I think Josh and mine's anniversary is the 21st of July. I really wanted to go away. I so wanted to go down to the Amish country and stay a night, but we just can't afford to do that. But we may go down to the Amish country for the day. Go eat and just hang around down there. I love it down there. So beautiful. The veterans always have my heart, and that's why I make, yep, absolutely. It's wonderful. Well, I'm definitely going to, whatever yarn I have left, I'm just holding on to it to make sure. And then I will save some of the purple and turquoise for myself, and I will send you the rest. And you can make some hats in memory of Christina. And you've met her in the chat before, her mom. And those that know Misha know exactly who this blanket's for. And I'm thrilled to do it. Thrilled, thrilled, thrilled. Getting cool. Yep. Well, this blanket's been in the works for a while. I just said to myself, if I wanted to do my own little patterns, I couldn't do it till I finished blankets I'd already committed to. And I have one I've got to finish tomorrow. Just all it needs is the border, so it can sit for till Thursday or till Sunday, and then I can wash it. Then if we email you request of, yes, you want to request a blanket, yes, and we can work something out for sure. You want one, yeah, figure something out. But see, I think that, somebody's getting married, I think, and we've done them before, I think, if maybe both sets of grandparents are together, if they come together, like because usually blankets crochet blankets really go, they can go for $400, $500, $600, and we don't charge that. And of course, I'm just happy to go buy yarn. That's my nemesis. Just go buy the yarn. I don't care. I'm thrilled to go buy the yarn, and then, and I just say to my mom, whatever is extra, you get the revenue from it and do whatever you need to do with it. I'm just happy to have the yarn to crochet with, because yarn can be expensive. So it costs like $60 to do a blanket, 50, 60, somewhere around there. And then, but we've charged like $200, $250, somewhere around there for an adult size blanket. But if you think about it, if there's a set of grandparents and the one grandparent comes up with half of it and the other grandparent comes up with the other half, what a great wedding present for that couple to have a blanket coming from both sets of the grandparents, handmade. And we can even do, like, their name on it or their wedding date on it, make it very personable. Or if there's, 4 or 5 aunts, they could all get together, and uncles get together and all contribute and come up with a blanket. Or if somebody's going to have a baby, the parents could come together, or the parents of the bride and groom. I think it's so much better. Hi, New Horizons. I think it's so much better than just trying to go to the store and get something. I think it's a much more personable gift. My personal thing. Okay, I have to pay attention here so I don't get off track. So we're in okay, and that's my little 2 cents. 2 cents. Oh, I still feel like I'm not with it. I literally woke up from that nap going, what day is it? Where am I? I was not quite with it. I was tuckered. I absolutely hate those. When I start getting those pain chills, oh, I'd like to deal with anything else beside that. That's not fun. I literally have to stop what I'm doing. Everything goes on the back burner and I take care of myself, which is exactly what I did. Very proud of me. I took care of myself. I'm going to have to get, I told Mom today, we're going to have to sit and go over how to use Canva. I've kind of briefly gone over it with her, but I got to get her more involved with Canva so she can help with some of the stuff. She has help, but I need her more involved. Telling you. I wish massages were covered under insurance, because I could use that to somebody to just give me a massage. Oh, yes. Loosen up those knots. Let me tell you about it. You know what? You know what I would love to try? And they have it. And I don't think they have a place close. But I'd love to try it. But it costs like $90 for like 2 hours, I think. But you literally go into this cocoon thing. And it's a bath filled with salt water. And you float. And you sit there and like float for like, the time limit you're supposed to do. And you can close the thing down. And I think they have music going in it. I'm like, oh, it's so relaxing. So relaxing. And I'm like, I wanted to try that, but. Oh, you're welcome. I just have to get done. I can't send you any yet because I don't want to be out. I want this blanket completed, And then I have to pull the yarn aside for the pillow. I think I probably already know how many skeins I can send, but I don't want to, because it's not like I can go to Hobby Lobby and get more of this yarn. I love ice yarn and I would love to order more, but not at this time. And Mocha has to go to the vet next week. Be praying. I know that's not a major prayer request, but be praying. Last time she did not do well at the vet. Last time she went, she had an ear infection that was brewing, and she doesn't handle the vet anyway well. And so we had her outside. I was at Sam's Club at the vet for like 2 hours until she got in. And then when she got in, she was not a happy dog. And so she didn't do well last time. So she's got to go for her shots and her nail trim. And they've got to, of course, they give her the shot to put her under. And and never, I got pretty good with kind of sleeping before we took her to the vet until the last vet's visit. A funny feeling I don't gonna sleep well before the next vet visit. And we've tried putting a muzzle on her, and she just, I think somebody did not handle it well to be able to put a muzzle on her. They must have tortured her with a muzzle, because we cannot get it. She'll just snap at it. We cannot get a muzzle on her. The only thing we can do is what we have found. We just have to find the right one. Is we found a muzzle that's very similar to a gentle lead, and as long as I wrote Rodnina, did I hopefully say that? Melissa, welcome on in. We found that, and she'll tolerate that, but we just have to find one that'll fit her snout. But usually we just take the gentle leader and tighten it down, but that got loose, and we were sitting in the car. My mom sat in the car for 5 hours, and it just did not turn out well. So she's got to go and get her shots and her nails trimmed and all that kind of beautiful stuff. Say a little prayer for the Mokies. And it's so funny because I went in last night. She absolutely just flopped over and opened up herself and opened up her belly and let me pat her belly. And then the minute I stopped, she just looked at me like, "Excuse me, you're stopping, and why?" And I'm like, "Mocha, why can't you be like this with the vet and all the other people?" Why can't you just be this loving dog that we know for the most part? Why do you have to do that? It's because the other people didn't. People before us treated her terribly, and we have gotten the brunt of it. And if I could find them. No, she likes other people. It's just, unfortunately, Mocha was actually hung by the collar, and she was abused by neighborhood kids and teased her. And then she was rescued from that, taken to an environment where the gentleman literally punched her every time she did something wrong and hit her. And so that's what it is. She was probably taken from her mother way too young. She was probably the run of the litter. She wasn't given the nutrition. She wasn't socialized. So when we got her with 1.5 years of her, it's like stranger danger. She wants to show her teeth. Not that she's going to do anything. She's not going to bite you. Stranger danger. She wants to show you how tough she's going to be because she was so badly, abused. But if she sees our maintenance guy, boy, she's all over him. She loves him. She just takes her time. It has to be her time. She has to do it on her time schedule. She takes a while to get to know you. She'll love you once she can trust you. She just takes a little bit, unfortunately. And we've thought about it because we tried to rehome her because we've got to get Josh a service dog, eventually a diabetic one. And the place that we were going to get it from required that we have no other dog in the home but that dog. And so we tried, and that was unsuccessful. And I was so afraid that if it wasn't somebody like us, like she really likes the fact that we're home a lot. And an emotional she's an emotional support dog for Josh, and she knows when you're upset, she knows. She wants to come love you and help you out. And when I'm in pain, and she knows that she'll come and cuddle with me and she wants to help me. So I was just so afraid that by maybe her getting into the wrong hands, she'd be a revolving door, you know, and that was my biggest fear. She doesn't go to the right person who understands her, takes the time with her, and builds that patience with her, then she's just going to be put in a shelter and she's going to be this revolving door. And I thought, nope. So we tried very unsuccessfully for a year, and then we just decided, well, she's the dog we're supposed to have now. And she's really Christina's dog, but she can't have her right now. So, but Christina came over on Sunday, and they're both on the couch, and Christina starts massaging Mocha's head, and then eventually Mocha's like stretched, her body totally stretched out, 50 pounds, on top of Christina, all cuddled, and she's asleep, and then Christina falls asleep. It was the most precious thing, to see. They're stretched out together, just conked out. So, unfortunately, I'm afraid that if we tried that, it would not end well. So, we gave that up. But we try to let people know, listen, you've got to be patient with her. And usually once we tell people her story and let them know, listen, this is what happened to this dog, they're pretty patient with her. You don't force anybody on her, Please don't rush up. Usually if she's around our neighborhood, she'll wear a vest. Hi, CT, how are you? She'll wear a vest that says emotional support dog, please don't touch, which she is an emotional support dog. Just so that people aren't rushing her, that we allow us to come to her in her comfort zone, and I can tell whether she's comfortable or not. And please just give her time, let her sniff you, Like the mailman, when we lived in Cincinnati, would come to the house, drop off the mail. And she'd just go nuts because she could see through the little window that, he was coming. And so one day, Josh had the door like slightly ajar and enough for Mocha to slide by. And the mailman froze because, of course, he had seen this dog, just he come to the window, and the dog sounded ferocious. So he froze, and Mocha just wanted to sniff him. And literally, the mailman starts walking away, and Mocha's going with him like, hey, I want to come with you. Or she'll go outside and she'll see the postman. She'll wag her tail. She tries so hard. I mean, when she's excited, it's like she knows in the morning when I come through, you have to sit. If you want me to pet you, you have to sit. And if you don't sit, I'm not going to pet you. So she'll sit, but that dang on tail is wagging so busily that it's hard for her to sit herself down and actually settle down. And actually be able to, get pet, have, petting done. But she tries. She gives it a good hearty try, that's for sure. But her little tail just goes. So when my aunt came here, both Patty and then my other aunt, my Aunt Caroline, when she came here, it took Mocha a while to adjust. And Patty, I think, got her, one of the nights she was here, Patty got her to actually sleep in the bed with her. But it just takes her a while to adjust, and, you know, she's very protective of her people, let me tell you. Like, I know if my mom will go take her for her evening walk a little bit, I know if there's anybody going to come up and do anything, boy, they're in trouble. They are in trouble. She's very protective of her family. She just says stranger danger because she was so tortured, unfortunately, and abused. I'm like, if dogs can just talk she could just talk for like a half an hour, and then we could talk to her, you know what I mean? And then that way she would actually she can tell us her story. I could tell her, don't worry, we got you covered, nothing's gonna happen. But that's not happening. But the only thing we found is that if we take her gentle leader and tighten it down a little bit, that's as effective as a muzzle as we can actually get. But they do have ones that are similar, and we tried one recently, and she did very well with it. That was like a muzzle, but her snout is not long enough, so we have to find another one that will work. Until we find that one, we'll just have to deal with a gentle leader. And at least it protects. But there's no way to get another muzzle on this dog. It's not happening. We cannot get it. We've tried we've tried basket muzzles, we've tried everything. Around here, around us and everybody else, she doesn't need one, but at the vet, she does. We've tried everything, and it just does not, we cannot get it in. She had, and just as a side note, nobody have your dogs get the rescue cat, and was the same way when she was young. Don't ever get the, the yearly heartworm shot. Do not get your dogs or cats to get that one. We did that for Mocha. We thought, great, this way we don't have to give her a pill. Well, she had a reaction to it several hours later, and she actually ballooned up. Her face looked like a Shar-Pei. It was so scary. We thought, this dog is going to just right here. And so she had bumps all down her face swell up. And from what I can understand, most dogs do not go into like anaphylactic shock. It was so scary. And so whenever they give her anything but, with shots like that, they have to give her an antihistamine shot. We have prednisone for her here and everything. It's horrible. And and we also the same day went to Wits and got her like a little pup cup. And we don't know whether, we think it was most likely the shot that she got, but it could have been that she was allergic to something in the Wits is like custard. So she doesn't get that either anymore. But anyway, we had to go to a vet an hour away because she was, the other vet was closed. And we were calling there and telling them what's going on and so forth. And I said, just so you know, this dog doesn't handle vets well. And they said, do you want us to come up with a muzzle? I said, you're not getting a muzzle on this dog. It's not happening. And I think by then she was so tired and so exhausted from what had happened to her that the opposite, he hisses at everyone he sees, that she was just ready for something. And she handled the vet pretty good, but man, that was scary. Oh my goodness, that was really scary. And I did find out that the vet, or the one time Mocha came home and she was kind of like shaken a lot, and they said that was pretty normal of any dog coming out of like any kind of sedation. Like she has to be sedated for anything that gets done at the vet. Anything from shots to nails to the very basic. I'm telling you, I really wish that Pup Groomer, she's a channel on here, didn't live so far. I'm not traveling that far to get her nails trimmed, but oh my goodness, I wish she didn't live so far because I think she could do amazing with Mocha. That's for sure. I think I got the light to go on, but I think I only have like 30% left of my camera. It's either my phone can be hooked up so it stays charged, or I have it, I have the mic. I can't have both. And if I was doing StreamYard, I could maybe bring my laptop out here, but or my Chromebook. Well, my Chromebook started acting funny on StreamYard, but can't have it. I can't have it on and have the mic at the same time. It has to be one or the other. You guys can hear me better when I attach the mic. So, and I'm going to try to go figure out a time after Josh and mine's anniversary to go on Leonard Homestead, Mountain Homestead. I was on there. Sometimes I'll go on their panel and share it on this channel. And she's looking for people that, she has a community kitchen every Wednesday, and she's looking for recipes. And I thought, what can I make that's simple and easy? Because I don't do a lot of cooking anymore. What could I make? And so I thought, well, I can make corn fritters. And so I thought I'll go ahead and I've actually been thinking of those lately. But the corn fritters are pretty easy to make. They're simple. And even if I was going to put the recipe on this channel, I would make it into a short because they're not that long. So I thought maybe I'll do that for her channel. She has like a community kitchen. And so I told her that today, and she said, I haven't tried that. I said, well, they're good. We used to have corn fritters and have a fish fry, and they were delicious. So if anybody's interested in going on her channel and being a part of her community kitchen, she does it Wednesday at 10 o'clock. I shared it on the community tab under Blessing Through Connection last night, or today. And so you can see it. She was making, I gotta rewatch it again. She was making Indian fry bread. I'd like to look at that. It looked pretty good. But I thought I will go ahead and make what is it? Corn fritters. My mom did a recent recipe. My daughter actually asked, it was on the channel, of tuna fish and salmon salad. And so we'll put that up on the channel by request of Christina. And so I have to edit that and put that up. So I'll be adding that. And then probably sometime this month or next month, we'll see. We'll do the recipe for chicken divan. That's a really easy one. And then Josh has been asked by his daughter to have his famous ribs. I don't know where that is. Have his famous ribs for her birthday. So we can maybe put that up on the channel too, and show you all how that's done. But it's like a 2-day process. But whole house will smell like ribs, or barbecue sauce. But she wants those for her birthday, so we'll put that up too as well. So we've got some things happening, and I may try tomorrow to do. I want to do. The purple is stuck someplace. I'm going to try to do where did you go? Hold on a second minute. We have technical difficulties. There we go. I'm going to try to do a couple different series, and I thought I was going to get it done this week, and it's probably not going to happen this week. I want to do a self-sabotage in your personal life. I want to do self-sabotage as a content creator and self-sabotage dealing with chronic pain. And then we can go into taking each one of those and talking about motivating them, because they're different motivations. You know, sometimes on the YouTubes, you get a little burned out. There's no way about it. You just go through stages where you're going, you know, the things you found joyful to do, you find, you know, kind of, oh good, my light's working. Kind of, they're not joyful anymore. They're kind of, I've got to do this. I can tell you the devotions are joyful to record. I just don't like having to edit myself. That's one thing I'm like, oh, I got to listen to myself. So yesterday I had this blanket out and I was crocheting and I was editing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go inside. I got up to the 4th the other day in the devotions, but I think I'm going to try to do them tomorrow. I'm just, I'm done tonight. So I'm going to go in and maybe have some oatmeal. That sounds good. And I'm just going to, been watching Ada's Enough again. And watch that and crochet and maybe edit. But I don't want to get too far behind either, because now we're like 6 days behind again. But I've got to get some of these edited before I go forward, but I don't want to go too far down the path. So tomorrow we're doing Blessings Through Connection at 12 o'clock. And that'll run, and I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. So if I get done with the appointment, have a little break, and maybe like from 4:30 to, if I figure, as long as pain does not come in the factor of it, 4:30 to like 6:30. If I figure that would be a good time, or 5 to 6:30 or 7, to really focus on working on recording devotions, getting them caught up, and then Christina will be ready for her interview about 8 o'clock. We'll finish that up. I think that's the way I'm working tomorrow. And I can relax. So if I get some editing done tomorrow, I may not get any editing done tomorrow, but we'll see. I may get some done in the morning, but we'll see. We'll see. And if it's not too busy in Blessings Through Connection, I may be able to do some editing that way, but we'll see. If I do some editing, if I'm recording tomorrow, and then you probably are not going to see me on Friday. We'll see, because I want to do some recordings for Blessings Through Connection and add some things to the stream. And we'll probably do a stream on Saturday too for Blessings Through Connection, probably sometime in the afternoon. So that's kind of my schedule. But like today, I had every intention of doing editing, and that went right out the window. So anyway, at least I got the light on, so I can tell you I'll be able to see. My phone won't last, and I may not last, but we'll be able to see. So hopefully I'm still alive. I hope so. Last as long as my camera is going to last, or my phone's going to last. So that's the schedule I'm kind of looking at, and then we'll see. Of course, we have Alfonso. And people have been asking me, there was a comment that they really enjoyed those songs I made and the music I made. And since I was really kind of upset with Suno because they charged me a full year and I wasn't expecting that. I was only going to pay it every month. But if everybody enjoys that, then we'll go ahead and do some more songs. I'll do some more songs just for fun. And we'll do some more nights like that where we just create songs and put them up. Everybody seemed to enjoy that. So maybe we can I'll come up with some songs and we'll do some songs and have some fun. And then too, another thing that I was thinking of too, I'm not terribly, somebody that knows a lot about Canva, but I have learned a lot about Canva over the time period. And if I can figure out how to share my screen through Streamlabs, I'd be glad to share my screen and show you all. Hi, Moonrose Craft. Long time no see. Anyway, if anybody would be interested and I can figure out how to share my screen, I'd be glad to show you what I have done as far as, things I've learned from Canva that may be helpful to some of you all. So if that's something that people would enjoy me doing, I'd be glad to do it. So welcome on in, Moonrose. We're just here. I'm just working on a crochet project, and we're just chit-chatting for as long as I've got probably about 20% left on my phone. Like I said, I can either have my phone on or my mic on or my phone plugged in. Can't have both. And I want to go in and relax a little bit. Like I said, I'm probably going to do some editing and just relax. In a little bit. I should get in touch with the source and see if he'd like me to show people something his audience would like to see. Because really, once you start getting to know Canva, it's really not that hard. You just find out, oh, I can do this, and oh, I can do this, and oh, I can do this, and oh, I can do this. The world gets opened up once you start kind of having fun and learning and figuring, oh, I can do this. Oh, boy. But I'm trying to really work on getting this blanket done. I like to see it done. Done, done, done. Because I'm done, done, done. Can't believe it's like halfway. It's like July is like, where's the time going? Swinging on by, isn't it? My neck on that one side is so sore. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11. That's right. Let's see where this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3. Talk amongst yourselves. It's all about 3 months. I know. I can't believe it. I'm sitting there going, where did the time go? Where did I mess here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, something's not kosher. Something's not right. Sometimes I take it out and recounting and start from the very beginning, right? 1, 2, 3. I may have to go back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like before you know it, October is going to be here. I was thinking that because Gail's Southern Living does her, what is it? Her Fall Fest. And I'm like, that's just like literally around the corner. I'm like, that's literally like, okay, before we know it, that's going to be here. And I did a really cute video last time. Now I got to think of a new thing. I don't quite know what I'm going to do this year for it. You know what I was actually thinking of for it was we have a beautiful area. I think that's what I'm going to do before before the leaves change. And well, no, that won't work because it has to be done before the leaves change. It won't work. We have a beautiful mountain. It's called Mount G's, and it's beautiful. And I thought, well, I'll go up there and do it. But I don't know if I could I could figure out something probably to take with me. But kind of do the same concept where it's like I've crocheted the whole year away again. Another year, I've crocheted the whole year away. And go up there and record it from the beautiful mountaintop. And be able to put some fall stuff behind. I could figure out something. That's probably what I'm going to do. Because it's such a beautiful view from there. I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got it right. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of these times we'll take we'll take this. It closes at dusk, so we'd have to pay attention to the time. But maybe like a 5 o'clock when it cools off a little bit, and we'll go to Mount G's and I'll do the crocheting from there. People may think I'm a little batty talking to my phone, but who cares, right? Because it's such a beautiful, beautiful view. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous view. Just don't know what I would have to take with me to make it look a little bit like fall. Because last time I was able to just do it behind our little wall over there, make it look like fall with some fall leaves and stuff. But I wouldn't want to wreck the... I did get some beautiful views from it from last year. Beautiful video already from it that I could think about doing it. Well, the reason why I said it is because the month of October is, oh, your daughter's birthday. My daughter is in September. Now I'm trying to, there's a place near here that is kind of like a farm thing. It's really cool. And they're just packed. They have no reservations open. But if they become open at any time, I'm going to give it to her that as a Christmas or as a birthday present. Because she loves animals. And I'll take you along with, with us. But they have zebras, different kind of wonderful animals that you can get close to. And then you can even go swimming with the otters or painting with the otters and meet the otters at the very end. And so I'd love to be able to take her because she's just such an animal lover. You can go meet the zebras and everything. And that's what I really like to do for her birthday. But right now they don't have any spots open. They're pretty packed. So I also want to go down, not very far from where we are, is the Columbus Safari. And I'd really like to go down there and do a little thing, but it's like $40 a pop to go down there. I'd really like it where you kind of go for the dinner. Go to the dinner and so forth. But that's like $90. Expensive. Then you go on a safari thing, which was kind of cool. I was going to try to do that for my birthday, but it just didn't work out. That's okay. Eventually, one of these days, I'll make it down there. Probably going to be the last row I'm going to do out here. And then I will end things because I got about 10% left on my battery. And then tomorrow, remember, at 12 o'clock is Blessings Through Connection, which is our other channel. We'll be doing a live stream so you guys can connect over there. And then go over there, like that channel. We've had 140 subscribers over there. And then look at the community tab because there's people getting shout outs over there. There's our weekly recaps that you can go connect with other channels too. And we also, if we see a live of somebody that supports this channel or Blessings Through Connection or somebody in our Tuber Chat family, we are posting their live on, or we've liked their page or whatever, or liked their channel. We are going over to our scheduling the post about 10 minutes prior to their live starting. If we need to extend that time for people to see it, we will. We need to make it 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we will. Schedule it for 10 minutes out right now before the live starts. And then we go into the live, give it a thumbs up, and let people know that we've shared it on the community tab. And then that way you guys can find great lives that are happening and also great lives that have happened that you may want to go check out. So our community tab over at Blessings Through Connection is hopping. And then, of course, on this channel, every day we have a channel shout out every solitary day. And if there is a Blessings Through Connection time happening, it will be posted on this channel. So on our community post. So we're trying, guys, to help other people grow, and you guys do more connection. The more connections are better. But I really enjoy this time. I hope you all do too. Of just me coming out here. I've just really enjoyed watching the sunset. I can tell you I wish it was a little cooler. I'm much more of a fall and winter girl. Again, I am not sitting out here in snowy weather and 20 degrees. It's not happening. My hands would never make it. The crochet would never happen. But I really enjoyed it. I've watched the sunset, watched the fireflies coming out, and I just absolutely enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed connecting with you all. I think you all have enjoyed connecting with each other in the chat. And I don't have to come up with a topic. I can just go, we're turning this on. I don't want to rock too much. I'm in my rocking chair, but I don't want to do too much rocking because I don't want to make anybody nauseous. And then we're all about, making that connection. And I let the chat kind of take it where it wants to go. And then sometimes going through the YouTube app, it brings other people in that doesn't see us through the streaming service. So we pick up a couple subscribers here and there by doing it, but I've just really enjoyed it. It's been really nice. How do I crochet stuff, Alexander? Um, I just do. Let's put it this way. I was actually crocheting on this blanket, um, editing, and watching something on television all at the same time. I've been crocheting since I was 2013, and it's just because I think you just take time. Welcome on in to you learn. Now I am doing another blanket, and because of the hook size I'm using a smaller hook size than is required because I tend to crochet a little loosely. Um, I have to actually, I can't crochet as fast on that one as I can do with this one because I have to pay attention that I'm grasping all of the yarn and the yarn's not splitting. I have to be a little bit more aware of that one, but it just takes time. When I first started, it was this. And after, you know, after you get used to doing it, it's just, you literally becomes, I don't know how to crochet anything else. And then when I first started, I couldn't crochet for long periods of time because of my hands. Now I can crochet for hours and it doesn't bother me. So, um, and that's because I've just built up the muscles in my hands to do it. I can't write for anything. For any length of time, I cannot write. But those people that have noticed I've gone into the dark may notice I actually plugged in my light today. Um, so just it's the repetitive motion. I mean, all I'm doing is doing a bobble stitch, which is just you're taking that and just. I like the bobble stitch better than the popcorn stitch because the popcorn stitch is a little bit more tedious. With the bobble stitch, you're keeping all the yarn, the threads on the yarn, versus there. I just like the look of the bobble stitch better than the popcorn stitch. But then I'm just doing single crochets after that. With the popcorn stitch, you have to kind of. It's weird how you have to do it because you have to kind of do something. It's just weird. I don't like how you have to do it. With the bobble stitch, you see all my yarns for that bobble stitch, 5 of them are on one, are on the same. The hook is, they're all on the hook. And I don't have to let it go and popcorn stitch is just different. It's the same effect. It's just a little bit more complicated. And I find it, I'd rather have all the yarn on the hook and go from there. Hi, Alfonso. Well, see, this time I plugged in my light, so I won't be in the dark like I was before. But I'm not going to be on here much longer because my battery's going to die. But I'm finishing this row up. And then I'm going to go inside. I think I'm going to go get ready for bed. I was going to do some recordings, but I just don't think I've got it within me tonight. I had one of those pain chills this afternoon, and everything that I planned to do went right out the window. I had to put a heating pad on my neck and stop moving. And I thought, I'm just going to lay here, maybe take a half an hour nap. I crashed for 2 solid hours. And then I woke up going, where am I? What day is it? Where have I been? So I must have been tired. I must have needed it because I literally just crashed. I must have needed it. And I literally was under about 5 or 6 blankets. And I hate it because you just start. I'm like, I'm not going to, if I don't stop now, I'm not even going to be able to hold a crochet hook because this was me. I was just shaking like this. And they're just pain chills. They're very painful. And you've got to stop moving and let your body, do it. So I put a heating pad on my neck, which actually made me warm up quicker, but I didn't expect to sleep for 2 hours, but I did. And then it took me a while to get up because I woke up going, where am I? Shawl. Yeah. Oh, I hate them. I am making a shawl with 2 strands of 3 light. Wow, I'm sure it's going to be pretty. Yep. So, yep. Of course, if I can figure it out tomorrow, I'd like to go to the pool with Josh. So we'll see. Somewhere in tomorrow. We went at, what time did we go to the pool? We went at like 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't as busy as we thought it was going to be at the Y. I have an appointment at 3. I need to call the Y tomorrow and find out. I know that the open swim time is between 12 and 4. I'll need to call the Y tomorrow. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Find out if we come like at maybe like right after my appointment I have at 4:30. Can we still go in the pool? I know there's open swim time, but I need to find out if that's possible. Because then we could go at 4 o'clock tomorrow to the pool. Go from like 4 to 4:30 to like 5:30. I could come back and do some editing or not recording of videos from like 5:30 to 7:30, and then do the interview with Christina afterwards. What I may call them up, because I'm not a morning girl. We tried to do like an exercise class thing for the pool. I think there's one. I have to check the calendar or the schedule, but I think in the morning, and I'm just, it was great. I'm just not a morning person. I just can't get myself moving in the morning. It doesn't happen. Like this morning, I went to bed to 2 o'clock, and I did not get myself up till 8. I was that tired. See, with fibromyalgia, you can go to sleep, and it's like, okay, you wake up and you're just as tired as when you went to bed. I think what I'm going to do is go inside, get all comfy, have some oatmeal, and my mom probably made the tea, have some tea, and sit and crochet and edit. I just don't have it in me to record tonight. It's not happening. I'm just not there. I'll save the recording for tomorrow, but I've got some stuff through Blessings Through Connection I need to record. But I realized when I was doing the recordings for Blessing Through Connection, I can change my microphone. And I should have changed it when I was doing those recordings for it to be green instead of purple. So I need to redo them again, which is fine. So I really, guys, I really enjoy this. I didn't think, I gotta watch my thing, I got 2% left. I didn't think I was going to, that I was going to just enjoy sitting out here As long as I'm not coming out in the middle of the day because it's too hot. But I really, really enjoy this. Just turn it on. The fact that I got my thing in so you can see me. Turn it on the phone, going through the app, and just coming out here and crocheting with you guys and talking and open up the lighthouse. So I really enjoy it. And you know what, quite frankly, whether we're outside, even though it's nice to be outside, hear the birds and everything, when it's winter, even if we have to be inside, it'll still work. But I really enjoy this. So I'm going to try to do a much better effort of scheduling stuff so you guys know when we're going to be live. So anyway, if you haven't checked out Blessings Through Connection, go to our link tree in this channel. Go over there. You will find that channel. Come and subscribe. You do not have to be a content creator to participate. You could just want to come in as a viewer that wants to find great, amazing channels or people to connect with. Yeah, it's getting dark, but I got the light because before you couldn't see me because I didn't have the light plugged in. It's a great place, whether you're a content creator or not. You're a content creator that wants to connect with other content creators or just supporters and vice versa. Your viewers that want to find other amazing channels or just people to make friendships with. So don't have to be either, but if you want to connect, we will be on that channel 12 o'clock. Just pre-recordings are done through that. Very relaxing background, relaxing music. Come in, we make you a mod, and you can connect properly. Remember, let's look at the subscription buttons as connection buttons. If you change it in your head like that, and I've recently changed it, it makes it very different. We're not just subscribing, we're actually connecting, and that's what it's all about. So remember, before my phone says adios before I get to, remember to be proud of being yourself. Everybody else is taken. Thank you so much for showing up, and keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And remember, we have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you on the next one, the next rocking and connecting and crocheting, or bringing a cup of coffee, or just bringing, yourself to come in and connect with some pretty amazing people. So we will see you. Remember, tomorrow we have that, and we'll let you know when we're going to be live again for sure. But we'll try to be more active on certainly posting them on this channel so you know when we're going to be live. And then too, go check out Blessings Through Connection, because there's a lot of amazing channels and a lot of lives coming up that you may want to participate with some amazing communities. So we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day or night wherever you're seeing this, and bye-bye for now, and we'll talk to you later. Flower wishes too, right back at you, Moon Rose. Thank you for showing up. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.